Thank you so much for having me here. So Koa, we opened back in 2017. We wanted to bring agave spirits to Hong Kong. Back then, we didn't have too many bars previously that did anything with agave, so it was a very adventurous concept. And yeah, it's been almost 6 years now. And yeah, the only mission we have is to educate people about agave spirits and making sure that we pass on the right message. And yeah.
Yeah, and what got you into agave spirits in the first place? Where did the interest come from?
So traveling to Mexico, for sure. The first time I went to Mexico was, I think, in 2015. I had a really good time, and when I came back to Hong Kong, I was already planning for my next trip. So when I was planning to do my own bar, I wanted to do agave spirit because I want to bring a bit of that experience I had in Mexico back to Hong Kong. Yeah,
yeah, very nice. Now, Reece, you're the group bars manager for Solotel. What does that involve? And can you tell us, where'd your love affair with agave stuff begin? Because you're one of the founders of, you founded Agave Cartel.
So I guess day to day for me with Solotel is looking after kind of all things cocktails, spirits and beers across the group. So mostly focusing on training, education and kind of building skill sets into the bartenders in the bars.
And you've got a few venues, right?
Yeah, a couple. We've got 27 at the moment. So ranging from everything from like your little local kind of community pub all the way up to 2-3 high restaurants. So pretty widespread and a pretty fun kind of way to see the whole spectrum of hospitality and kind of figure out how we can help. I guess for me, agave spirits, I fell in love really early on in my bartending career, kind of with the influence of Cafe Pacifico and hanging out at the bar there, and kind of really fell in love with tequila as a first stepping off point, and then moved to Mexico at 20 for a year and a half and traveled and mostly surfed and ate tacos and drank cheap tequila. But kind of fell in love with that and then kind of kept delving into it. And so when I came back, I started Agave Cartel as a tasting group, essentially. We'd start to get together 6, 8, 10 bartenders every month and just taste stuff together that we hadn't seen before. And that kind of built into, I guess, more of a education platform. And I ended up starting working with brands to develop training programs around it, I guess, with a very similar goal to Jay, just to kind of spread the love and the knowledge of kind of some incredible liquid and get more people drinking it.
Yeah, it's a spirit category that kind of inspires that kind of adoration and passion. Jeremy, you've been to Mexico a number of times sourcing agave spirit for Cantina OK and Tio's. Can you tell us, how did you get into the love for the thing?
Well, unlike these two, I mean, all of you kind of know who I am. I'm Jeremy. I own Mucho Group. We've got Cantina and Tio's are our kind of agave-focused venues. So I got into it less with the love of education, less with the pure passion of these two gentlemen, and more just to get the most amount of shots into people's hands.
A noble cause.
It was a noble pursuit. And then slowly, over many years of being at Tio's and slinging some delicious juice, we started to realize that we were just absolutely in love with Mexico. Started to travel there, get a little bit further off the beaten path, and just discover the most amazing things. That's where Cantina OK came from. It was like having a place that we could show the amazing things that we were finding and telling the stories.
And you do a great job of that too. Agave spirits are having something of a moment again, I think. I don't know if it's the margarita or perhaps. Why do you guys think this is? Agave spirits seem to be in hot demand around the world, but especially in our bars here in Australia. Jeremy, you want to go first?
I think it's funny because agave spirits that's been the story from the agave spirits industry. I'm sure you guys have heard that for about the last 15 years. You know, every year I come to one of these seminars and say agave spirits are the next big thing. But I do think that at the moment it's having a bit of a moment. The margarita has never been more popular than ever. It's kind of pushing itself out into these weird parts of hospitality as well. Like, we've never sold more shots of tequila at our nightclub than ever before. We're seeing a whole new generation of 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-olds drinking tequila as their first thing to shoot. It kind of feels like going back in time a little bit.
Which parts of agave spirits are sort of driving this interest? Jay, are you seeing it, I mean, in the ultra premium luxury end? Jeremy, you're seeing it in the shots department.
Absolutely.
Is it throughout every sort of element of the category?
I think the perception of agave spirits in general has shifted a little bit now. It used to be shots and shots, but now we see agave spirit as a premium category as well. So I think that plays a big part of the agave growth at the moment right now. And adding to what Jeremy said, I think celebrity has a big influence on agave spirits and opening doors for a lot more consumers to actually come and delve into this category of agave spirits. So we have George Clooney selling, his brand for $1 billion, and from there we had The Rock and Kendall Jenner now owning their own brands. Yeah. So I think that plays a big part as well. Yeah.
Reece, how are you guys seeing the way tequila is being consumed across the group?
I guess definitely margarita leading the way. Like if we look across,
Where's this margarita thing coming from again? Like, why has it come back? Because there was a time there where it's like the margarita was ordered, but then it was Tommy's margaritas that were really popular. But now it seems to be.
yeah, it's pushing back towards a classic. I think it's probably an education point of people being known how to make it properly. I guess also like we look at it across our group, and it's top 3 cocktail across every one of our venues pretty much. And it's almost an expectation now that you can walk into any pub across Australia and you can order a classic margarita and have that made for you. Where I think global reach has happened, and whether that's influence of the US with how popular it is there and when people are traveling, but even if you're traveling, to Bali, Fiji, like it's an expectation that there's a margarita on a menu or available.